Hello Goenkans, I hope everybody is fine. Dear kids, in this video we are going to discuss the circle graphs. Circle graph is a type of graph in which we represent the data in circles. It is also known as pie chart and it's used to compare the quantities. The bigger quantity is represented by the bigger portion in the circle and smaller quantity is represented by the smaller portion. By looking at the area covered, we can easily judge which quantity is bigger and which is smaller. Here we have an example. Look at the circle graph showing the favorite subjects of a class. This is the circle graph and it shows the favorite subjects of the students in a particular class. By looking at the graph, we can easily say that maximum students like English, others like maths, and Hindi and history is almost covering the equal portions. That means same number of students like Hindi and history. Now, reading the graph, we can easily answer these questions. Question is, which subject is liked by the maximum children in the class? Looking at the graph, we can see maximum portion of the circle graph is covered by English. So, the answer to this question is English is liked by the maximum children in the class. Next is, which subject is liked by the least number of children? Here you can see, if we observe the graph keenly, we can see that history is the subject that is covering minimum portion in the circle graph. So it is history for part B. Next is, which subject is liked by more, maths or Hindi? That means here we have to compare maths and Hindi. And if we compare Hindi and maths, we can see that maths is covering more area than Hindi. It means maths is liked more than Hindi by the students. So what is here we observing that the area covered by the particular subject helps us to judge which subject is liked more and which is liked less. That means we can compare the quantities. This is the circle graph and we have exercise 2, that's on page 205. Question number 1. The circle chart shows the number of students in a class who like different kinds of storybooks. Answer the questions. Here we have been given a circle graph showing different kinds of storybooks, and this is the data collected in a class where 5 students like fairy tale, where 5 like mystery stories, some like animal stories, and some like science fiction. Looking at the graph, we have to answer the given questions. We will try to read the graph and answer the questions. Which is more popular, mystery stories or fairy tales? If we compare this yellow colored portion and pink colored portion, we observe that yellow colored portion is more. It means mystery stories are liked more. That means mystery stories are more popular. Next we have, between animal stories and science fiction, which is more popular? Animal stories and science fiction. Observing them keenly, we can see that both of them are covering equal area. It means both are equal. So it is both are equal. Next is, Monu says more than half the class likes mystery stories. Is he correct? If we observe the mystery stories, we see that the area covered by it is less than half, not more than half. That means he is not correct. So we write no for part C. Next we have D part, between fairy tales and animal stories, which is more popular? Fairy tales and animal stories. Very easy to compare the two. You can see that pink colored portion is more than green color. So we write fairy tales. That means fairy tales are more popular than animal stories. This is how we can read a circle graph. This was all from this video. Thank you very much. Al-Habib.